Okay.
Okay, to put it in inch mode, take the key, put it in the key selector switch, switch to the mode indicated by inch. Come back to the front, making sure there is no obstructions. Use the palm buttons. Move it around until it is back at top of stroke. To put it back into inch mode, to get it to the top of stroke so that you can use it again, take the key provided by your supervisor, put it in the key selector switch, switch it into inch, leave it an inch, come back to the front of the machine, and using the two palm buttons, inch it back up to the top of stroke. Once it's at top of stroke, you can go back to the control panel, take the key and change it back into single stroke mode, give the key back to your supervisor, and you should be getting ready to go. We're going to show you the inside of the control panel and what may occur and how you can remedy the issues, or at least know what to call and explain is going on. We have the motor starter. This is the control module that monitors all the functions of the machine from the rotary limit switch, what it's telling it what it's doing, monitoring the palm buttons and the emergency stop, all that other nifty jazz that's going on. We've got the brake monitor. Now the brake monitor may, if the machine is starting to get old and the brake is starting to wear, the brake monitor will indicate that it is in an overrun condition or the brake is taking too long. So I am going to turn on the power and turn on the motor starter. And then the brake monitor is going to turn itself on. And I'm going to have George run a stroke on the machine so I can show you that it is going to count down in milliseconds how long the stopping performance of the machine is. George, go ahead. There's 116 milliseconds. So right now this overrun monitor is set for 500 milliseconds, half a second. So, and he was in single strokes and now he's locked out and I need the key. It's behind you. So in the case of an operator stopping the machine partway down, not holding the palm buttons long enough, letting go of the palm buttons before it comes to a full revolution, the machine will have to be turned back into inch mode in order to get it to move. Inch mode bypasses the rotary limit switch up at top and allows you to do setups with the machine and to also check the brake monitor for its function. The machine again, you can see that every time he's stopping the machine, we have a different readout. It's stopping in different positions and we're going to end up with a different count. And a millisecond is just 100th of a second. So this is reading 1/10 of 1 second because it's reading 100 milliseconds. Brake monitors are required by law. They monitor the stopping performance of the machine so that you can set up the safety distance of both the palm buttons, and in this case the light curtain is going to be set according to the stopping performance of the machine. And so this gives us a nice visual reference of what the actual stopping performance of this machine is. We have a fuse here on this transformer too. That's a 2.5 amp fuse. If that blows, you won't get anything through the entire machine. Over the operation of the light curtain. This is going to be for setup personnel and supervisors. If you need to set up the light curtain to accept a profile or an object through it that you actually want to be there during a production run. When you start up the machine with nothing in the way, typically you're going to see a readout of location 00, which means no location, and a profile of 0, which means that there is no obstruction in the way. These dummy lights out in front are a good indicator of where something is. It doesn't give you an exact location, but you can at least see on these lights up here that there is an obstruction and it gives you an approximate location. The actual location is indicated in this location. So we run from beam 24 at the top to beam 1 at the bottom. And my finger is taking up one beam. so it's giving me a profile of 1. If I were to stick 2 fingers in, there's location 2, so I'm taking up the bottom 2 beams. I'm taking up 2 beams at location 10, which would be 10 and 9 because it counts down, and I'm taking up 2. Bigger obstructions, you're going to see this profile number increase. So my hand is taking up 5, 6 beams, same location, and indicated with the lights in the middle. So if you are going to program in an obstruction that you actually want to use, like an ejection chute or a feeder coming through the side of the light curtain, you can do that fairly simply. First, you want to start with the machine in the inch and setup condition. Put your obstruction where you want it to be. Make sure that it's secure, because if it vibrates, the light curtain is going to see that, and it's going to change location and drop the light curtain out. So we have this mode button up here. We've got our obstruction in place as indicated. I'm taking up 2 beams at location 1. Going to go into edit job mode by pressing the mode button. The edit job is going to flash, and we end up with 3 dashes here. The 3 dashes are where we would enter our code. Now it's not going to show up, but you can see these dashed lines move. So the first location is going to be up once. Second location is going to be up twice. Third location is going to be up 3 times. That can be changed by your management if they so desire to have a different code. They come all standard with the same code. So I'm going to push up, and you see all those indicators move up. There's once. I'm going to push next. The second indicator now flashed, indicating I am on the second location. So I'm going to go up twice. And I'm going to push next again. Third indicator is flashed, indicating that it's now in the third location. I'm going to go up 3 times. 2, 3. Next again. Okay, now it is in the program mode. We push the set button, and the light curtain memorizes whatever is through it, as long as it's in that same location. So we've got that set. Let's go ahead and run this job. To do that, we push the mode button, and it's ready to go. Now, if this moves to a different location, the light curtain is going to indicate it. If I remove the obstruction, the light curtain goes red, because I've told it to look for something that's no longer there. So if I put my obstruction back in the same place I originally programmed it, light curtain goes green, as indicated by all the green lights. Go here, green on either side of the transmitter and receiver, it's good to go. This is why it's important to tie whatever feeder, ejection chute, whatever you have protruding through the light curtain needs to be securely bolted down and not floating around, because any vibration will cause the light curtain to now see it in a different location than you told it was going to be in. Step had programmed in a part. If you don't want to run a part or an obstruction through the light curtain, push this mode button again until jobs off is illuminated, and that will indicate that you're not looking for anything. Now that part is still in there, or that obstruction is still in there, and all you need to do to go back to the same program that you have programmed in there is push this until the run job is illuminated, and that job will show back up again. So now it's not green because I don't have that part. I can grab my obstruction again and place it back in the same location, and the light curtain goes green.